Why free is quietly draining your bank account. You walk into a store for one thing. 1. You're calm, focused, financially responsible. Then a sign whispers to you in cheerful letters, add $11 more to unlock free shipping. Your brain doesn't argue, it celebrates, because now this isn't spending, this is winning. 5 minutes later, you've added something you didn't come for, don't need, and won't remember owning. You walk away convinced you saved money, even though your receipt says otherwise. That moment is not a mistake, it's a design feature. Today, we're talking about why the word free is one of the most expensive triggers in the modern economy, how it short-circuits your judgment, and why companies rely on it to quietly raise how much you spend without you noticing. The psychological bug that free exploits. In normal situations, humans evaluate trade-offs. We ask, is this worth it? But the moment a price drops to zero, that calculation collapses. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely demonstrated something strange. The difference between paying a small amount and paying nothing isn't small, it's enormous. When something costs money, even a little, your brain weighs value. When something is free, your brain switches to loss avoidance. You're no longer thinking about cost, you're thinking about missing out. That's why people will spend 40 minutes chasing a free coffee they would never wait 5 minutes to buy. Time suddenly becomes worthless. Logic takes the day off, emotion grabs the wheel, and marketers know this. Free shipping isn't a gift, it's a lever. Free shipping thresholds aren't random. They're engineered. Companies know their average customer spends a certain amount, so they set the free line just out of reach, nudging you to stretch your cart a little further. Here's the trick. That shipping cost was already baked into the product price. When you add extra items to avoid shipping, you're not outsmarting the system. You're increasing the company's profit margin while convincing yourself you saved money. You didn't dodge a fee, you volunteered to spend more. Buy one, get one free is about storage, not savings. BOGO deals sound generous. They aren't. If you buy 2 items because the second one is free, ask yourself a brutal question. Would I have bought the second one at half price? If not, you didn't get a deal. You accepted extra inventory. Retailers use these offers when they have too much stock sitting in warehouses. Every extra unit costs them money to store, so they shift that burden to you. Now your closet is the warehouse, your space is the storage fee, your mental clutter is part of the cost. That free item isn't free, it just moved rent from their balance sheet to your home. The most dangerous free offer of all, 0% financing. No interest, same as cash, sounds harmless, feels sophisticated, but this is where free turns predatory. Most 0% financing relies on deferred interest. Miss one payment, leave $1 unpaid, forget one deadline, and suddenly interest is retroactively applied to the entire purchase at rates that flirt with absurdity. The lender isn't betting on you succeeding, they're betting on you being human. Even when you do pay it off on time, you've likely already overpaid. The cost of offering free financing is quietly baked into the sticker price. You didn't get free money, you prepaid the illusion. Now let's move online. Free apps, free platforms, free tools that feel indispensable. But in the digital economy, free rarely means no cost, it means no visible cost. Your attention, your behavior, your data, that's the currency. Advertisers aren't paying for the platform because they like the design. They're paying for you. The app is just the container that keeps you engaged long enough to be analyzed, categorized, and sold. This is the privacy tax, and most people pay it without reading the receipt. Free trials work because humans procrastinate. Once you sign up, inertia takes over. Canceling requires effort, timing, and remembering. The business model doesn't rely on satisfaction, it relies on silence. One forgotten subscription turns free into a recurring charge you barely notice until months have passed. By the time you cancel, you've already paid more than the product was worth. Why we keep falling for this? Free removes perceived risk, money feels risky, free feels safe. But humans are terrible at predicting their future behavior. We overestimate discipline, we underestimate friction, and we assume sellers are neutral when they're anything but. We like to believe we're rational shoppers. In reality, we're emotional decision-makers navigating systems designed to exploit that fact. How to stop paying the free tax. Here's the defense. 1. Calculate total cost, not perceived savings. Ignore percentages and freebies. Focus on how much cash actually leaves your account. 2. Be willing to walk away. Abandoned carts are powerful. Time breaks the spell, so does sleep. 3. Treat financing like fire. If you must use it, automate payoff early. Never rely on memory. 4. Value your data like money. because to corporations it is money. The moment you see the word free, don't lean in, lean back. Someone is paying for it, and it's usually you. If this made you rethink something sitting in your cart right now, close the tab. If you know someone who treats free like a win button, send this their way. Value beats free every time. I'll see you in the next one.